Hello. The age-old question, what's for dinner tonight, can be a tough one to answer for many American families, and the choice involves factors such as health of the meal, cost, and local sustainability. In this talk, I would like to advocate a solution to this problem called plant-based diets. Before introducing formally what a plant-based diet is, I will first introduce some of the problems which they aim to solve. The two categories of problems I would like to focus on are health and sustainability. First, I will talk about health. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 39% of Americans are obese. This is a truly staggering statistic and leads to many health complications for many Americans. This obesity is due in large part, although there are other factors such as activity rates, but in large part due to diets. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the top 5 sources of calories among Americans consists of grain-based desserts, yeast breads, soda energy drinks, chicken and chicken mix dishes, as well as alcoholic beverages. Many of these calories are what are called empty calories, which means that although they provide sufficient amount of calories to give the consumer energy, they do not actually fill the consumer up, which then leads to overconsumption and leads to the obesity. Furthermore, many of these products do not provide sufficient amounts of vitamins and minerals, which are crucial for a healthy body to function properly. The next category of problems I will talk about has to do with sustainability. According to a 2019 study conducted in the American Journal of Clinical Emissions, low greenhouse gas emission diets had less meat, dairy, and solid fats, and more plant protein foods, oils, and whole grains. What this means is that these latter foods, plant protein foods, oils, and whole grains, provide more calories for less carbon emissions, which is crucial for a sustainable environment. Furthermore, plant-based diets reduce the amount of land required to sustain America. Again, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 56 million acres of land are devoted to produce feed to feed animals, while only 5 million acres of land produce grain directly for humans. Thus, by stopping the intermediate step of feeding all these extra animals, which we then use to eat meat, we could instead allocate these lands directly to human consumption, which would reduce the total amount of land required to sustain the population. And in an ever-growing population, this will be crucial for sustainability in the future. I will now formally introduce the solution of a plant-based diet. By definition, a plant-based diet consists of minimally processed fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts, and emphasizes seeds, herbs, and spices, and minimizes all animal products such as red meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products. It is important to note that although plant-based diets don't emphasize meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and so on, and other animal products, they don't strictly exclude them. You can still incorporate them into a plant-based diet in moderation. So how do these address the problems I was talking about earlier? According to a landmark study published in the Journal of American College of Cardiology in 2017, which followed 200,000 Americans over a decade, they found convincing evidence that those who were following a plant-based diet or a semi-plant-based diet had significantly less risk of heart disease, which is the leading cause of death for Americans. Furthermore, as I was mentioning earlier, cutting down on meat consumption significantly reduces the amount of land required to sustain the American population and reduces less carbon, both of which have significantly positive impacts for the environment. I would also like to talk about how to incorporate such a meal into your diet. The USC Davis Integrative Medicine Lab has many suggestions on how to efficiently incorporate these meals into your diet at a low cost. And they have many studies that convincingly demonstrate that it is indeed possible to eat on a plant-based diet at a significantly reduced cost. For these reasons, both environmental stability, health, and effective cost, I strongly encourage everyone to at least consider at least partially switching to a plant-based diet. And I would like to briefly mention that they can also be delicious. Here I have sampled some of but a many delicious and appetizing meal opportunities. Thank you.